A blog post by Vox Day at voxday.blogspot.com, Sunday, January 17th, 2021. For the retards. I understand it is tiresome to hear me repeatedly tell people to shut up and stop trying to think because their arguments are too stupid and ignorant for me to entertain. Imagine how much more tiresome it is for me to listen to the retarded moanings that they actually think pass for substantive arguments. But in the interest of education, why don't we refresh everyone's memory concerning the National Guards? Quote, the National Defense Act of 1916 made significant changes to National Guard readiness, structure, and mobilization. The law increased and standardized training and personal standards. Congress required guardsmen to fulfill 48 days of drill and 15 days of annual training at federal expense. This doubled the number of drill days and tripled the annual training requirement. In addition, the Department of War now administered annual inspections, and the Army required guardsmen to meet uniform physical fitness and eligibility tests. As a Federal Reserve military force, Congress increased funding for personnel and equipment. Plans increased National Guard end strength from 425,000 soldiers over a 5-year period and provided missing equipment to units. Standardization of the National Guard brought visible changes. All state militias were renamed as National Guards, and guardsmen would wear the U.S. Army uniform. This visual identity proved important by demonstrating the unity of active duty and reserve forces and signifying guardsmen as military professionals. The law redesignated the Division of Militia Affairs as the Militia Bureau. This title placed War Department as the immediate supervisory agency and placed the Chief of the Militia Bureau as the lead officer of the National Guard. This provision aligned the Bureau under the stricter drill and training standards. The Department of War would bestow federal recognition to National Guard units that passed the inspections administered annually along with training improvements. This control established more clear objectives for the entire organization, which furthermore would be subject to federal laws governing the active duty Army when called into federal service. The law codified the dual state and federal mission of the National Guard and required new guardsmen to swear allegiance to both the Constitution of the United States and their state of record. The President of the United States could now federalize the National Guard in time of declared federal emergency and provided for expeditionary service. End quote. Now, before you keep babbling about your simpleton hypotheses, let's see if you can pass the following test. Is there a declared federal emergency that covers Washington, D.C.? Hint, yes. 2. Who commands the National Guard when it is federalized? The President. 3. Who is the current President of the United States? God Emperor Trump. 4. Who, therefore, must have given the orders for the 25,000 National Guardsmen currently occupying Washington, D.C. to perform their expeditionary service there. I know. This doesn't mean that the chain of command hasn't been subverted or that there aren't a panoply of nefarious plans to disrupt whatever President Trump is intending. But the correct application of Occam's razor suggests that President Trump ordered the National Guard to occupy Washington, D.C. as an integral part of his plan to defend the Constitution and the Republic against the foreign interference in the 2020 election, which, of course, is why the smarter people on the other side are all terrified, such as CNN's legal and security analyst from Georgetown University. Quote, I hope I'm wrong, but a few indicators pointing towards significant declassification for political purposes in the next 3 days. We shouldn't underestimate the damage Trump can do to national security in the remaining time left. He should have been removed from office or forced to resign. End quote. Translation. It sounds as if she knows that we're all going to learn a lot about the very bad things some very bad people have done this week. To support this channel, there are links in the description, be it my live stream, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Trump as our Hamlet.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.